has not been listening to his former message, but now just wants to bring his message. He's kind of just speaking and blurting out whatever on the top of his brain. And the thing that's on the top of this guy's brain is his money. Remember Snoop Dogg? Got my money, got my money. Got my money, got my money. Okay. Some of you will not say. But anyway, that's what's on the top of his brain. Jesus paused and said, okay, cool. Cool. My question. Many times, I know that this can be what's happening for us. We can be in a faith environment, but all of the worries of the day, all of the pressures of the hour, is the only thing that we're really thinking about. So here's the guy, Jesus, hey, good message. My question. What's his question? My question is, my dad just died, and my brother, who must be his older brother, because he's in charge of the estate. Can you tell him to give me my fair share of the inheritance? How many of y'all know when a rich man dies, the vultures come out? It's fascinating because here is this father who's passed away. And there's not a question on how do I find comfort, how do I find remorse. All he wants to know is how do I get my money? How many of y'all know there's nothing like family drama? There's nothing like family drama with money, right? I have a friend who is in personal banking, and he was telling me just some horror stories. He was telling me a story just the other day, this past summer, and the gentleman was very, very wealthy, was getting ready to die. But even before he died, the children of this man continued to call him and say, what am I getting? What am I getting? What am I getting? We know that one of the leading causes of divorce is finance. That money in our relationships causes drama. Money in our relationships causes division. Money in our relationships sometimes brings out the worst parts of who we are. So here's this man. I got to give credit. At least he's bringing this question to Jesus. But Jesus responds, and he's like, yo, who on earth is making me the judge and the arbiter of your stuff? No. He's like, I'm not doing that. In fact, what he says in verse 15, he says, watch out. Be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions. Notice he says, watch out for all kinds of greed. This is the word that Jesus says. Instead of solving the man's problem, he gives the man a warning. But the warning is not just for the man, the warning is for all of us. And what is his warning? He says, watch out and be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Greed comes in all sorts of different types of forms. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10 says, the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Meaning, greed has caused much sorrow in the world. I think about in the Bible, the 7 deadly sins. Greed is one of them. Greed corrupts us. But greed is not just about money. Greed goes into all sorts of areas of life. Greed is a spiritual disease of the heart affecting all areas of a person's life. I Googled greed this week, and this is what I got. Greed is an intense and selfish desire for something, especially wealth, power, or food. But how do I know that a person can be greedy for more than just money? They can be greedy for fame, greedy for possessions, greedy for attention, greedy for compliments, gifts, greedy for people's time, greedy for life, greedy for views. We can be greedy for all sorts of things. And what does Jesus say? Jesus says, watch out for this and be on guard against it. Now, what I've learned about people and myself is that we read this passage, and somehow when we read this warning that Jesus is telling to all of us, we sort of give ourselves a pass. Like, nah, man, I deal with some stuff. Greed's not one of them. I got some other issues, but come on, man. I can't be greedy. Why? Because many of us have bought into the lie that people who are greedy are only people who have excessive needs. Some of you are like, nah, I can't be greedy, but I'm not rich. No pun intended, you know. I'm not rich. I can't be greedy. Which I would submit to you, if that is your philosophy, then you need to get more respect. You live in you might not be rich compared to Elon, but when you start comparing your status of living to the woman living in Port-au-Prince, trust me, you rich stuff. The other lie that we buy into is that we go, poor people can't be greedy. But nothing could be further from the truth. Sometimes it's poverty that perpetuates greed. Then how do you know rich? Well, because there's another definition. I found this vocabulary.com. What they say about greed is that greed is described as ugly, insatiable, and gives us the origin word. Greed comes from the Old English rabbinic or gracious, which means what? Always hungry for more. Always hungry for more. You find yourself in a place that you're always hungry for more. Jesus says to all of us, be on your guard. Watch out. I'm not going to solve all of your financial problems. What I am telling you is that you need to be on your guard and watch out. What I love about Jesus is that the way that we get on our guard and the way that we start to watch out is that we have to dismantle the paradigm of the world. And Jesus always does that because every vice of the enemy always begins with a lie. But Jesus is the Word made flesh. The Bible is the sword of the Spirit. And when Jesus speaks, he cuts through the devil's lie. And notice how he begins to dismantle this lie by giving us a truth statement. What is the truth statement? I want you to hear this. Life does not consist in an abundance of possession. Life does not consist in an abundance of possession. Let's say that out loud again. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Life does not consist in an abundance of possession.
This is the truth statement that Jesus is trying to get into your heart. How do I watch out? How do I guard myself? By getting the truth into your heart. And the truth is this, that all your stuff, all your possessions, all the things that you accumulate, that does not define your life. What I see with so many people is that greed begins with this little tiny lie. That little lie is, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5. Keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have. Because God has said, never will I leave you and never will I forsake you. I don't have enough. Many people find themselves in financial chaos today, not because they didn't have enough, but because they were fixated on more. And if I get one little phrase into your heart, if you just take one thing away today and remember on Tuesday, hear me out here. Enough is not too little. Enough is not too little. Many people find themselves in debt, find themselves bankrupt, not because they didn't have enough, but because they were fixated on getting more. What we're going to talk about as we move forward is idea of stewardship. And part of being a good steward is learning to live below your means. That's not American culture, that's not pop culture, that's kingdom culture. That I start to live below my means. I was talking to my brother in Dakota, who's over there at the city today. And Dakota, in March of next year, is turning 30. And I was like, man, what are you going to do for your 30th birthday? We've been talking about it last year. I want to go golfing in Scotland. It's one of my dreams, some bucket. I'm going to go golfing in Scotland. That's amazing, golfing in Scotland. Not the man of golf. Shout out to you in Scotland. All right, that sounds not fun. But okay, I'm going to Scotland. How's Scotland going? I'm playing, I'm looking at Scotland. It's going to be incredible. The other day, I said, Dakota, how's your 30th birthday planning going? He goes, it's going great, man. I said, so you're going to